Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading. My name is Nikita Antoine and I am the Oracle of Natiro. As you know, all of my readings are timeless, so when the message finds you and resonates, then it is yours at the time in which you find it. And of course, even though all of the messages are categorized by zodiac sign, they are all yours to witness and claim regardless of the sign that they are under. So, Libra, my heart is racing. I feel a little nervous and excited. And I was getting this energy of rehearsal. Some type of rehearsal, like kind of rehearsing something in your mind over and over and over and over again. Like as I was shuffling, I could hear my introduction. I was like, I was doing it over and over and over again. So, we have some type of rehearsal energy going on, and it's pretty clear what your message is talking about. However, I wanted to do a little experimentation. I wanted to see your overall energy from the, I'm going to butcher it because it's in French, even though I took 4 years of French. Whatever. Messengers of Egypt. I got this brand new deck, so I'd like to experiment and use it on you and see what your overall energy is. So, messengers of Egypt. What is the overall energy for Libra, for the collective of Libra? What is an overall energy for the collective of Libra? There we go. Let me get him. Ah, I love it. Oh, I love it because this is often actually the card that I pull. I'm very familiar with this. So we have Anubis as your overall energy. And Anubis is the... Okay, so I'm seeing how this is going in with that rehearsal energy. So Anubis is the guide that resides along the pathways of the underworld, and sorry, something just happened. Like I'm now getting ringing in my ears. Hang on. I got an influx of energy and like my whole hearing on this side went out. And now it's ringing. Interesting. It's usually actually what my downloads feel like. So perhaps we're talking about downloads, but Anubis is the energy that, as I was saying, he resides along the corridors of the underworld and assists souls in their pathway towards, well, their pathway in Duat, which is the underworld, and assists them towards Ma'at so that they can weigh their heart against feather, and to see if it's pure enough, to see if they lived their lives with honor and dignity, and then therefore they will then pass through the gateways and into the afterlife, into the pristine, I guess, sort of it's actually to be rebirthed, because the space that it resides in is the underworld, and the gates that you're walking through are the gates of being rebirthed. So that's very interesting. And I'm noticing how Anubis is very focused. Oh my goodness, it's your sign. Look, hopefully it will come into focus. But he is focused on Libra, the sign of Libra. Very interesting. And we're talking about rehearsal. So it feels as though Anubis is it's like his energy is coaching you. Well, he is a guide of the underworld, right? So it's speaking of he's coaching you towards this rebirth. Very interesting. Okay, so that's a very interesting overlay to your message. So, very funny. Okay, so we're starting your reading off with the Five of Swords. Hang on if I could pick it up. And it wants to come with the Outlaw. Now, because I intuitively read these cards, the Five of Swords is not traditional Five of Swords meaning. It actually here is talking about your breath being taken away. I'm seeing you walking down, it's like you're walking down a sidewalk, you're walking down a path. And something, right, with this, with the Outlaw, it's talking about, it's talking about like a solo, you're walking alone, a solo endeavor. And something has crossed your path that has absolutely taken your breath away. I almost want to call it like a love at first sight type of thing. But, so what has taken your breath away? Is this energy. It's just fucking remarkable. It's so stunningly beautiful. So what is taking your breath away is Ascension and the Pillar. And this is someone else. So I'm seeing it as you're coming down like a sidewalk, if you will. And then they're coming down the opposite way. And it's like before they get to you, you can feel them. It's like you can feel their presence or their energetics touching you. It's almost like they have their auric field is so large and expansive that it's like you can feel them before you see them. It's almost like actually like one of you is coming around a corner as one is coming down the sidewalk. It's like you can feel them before they've come around that corner, and right as they've come, that's interesting. This is now starting to look like a oh my gosh, the shit, the sign for transgender. I don't know. I'm seeing it with the points. That's really interesting. Okay, so we have someone who's coming around the bend towards you. Maybe they're trans or non-binary, or they have actually, it might not even be that, it might be that they have an androgynous appearance, or they are unequally balanced between masculine and feminine energies. That's actually what this is talking about too, right? Focused on this balance. And it's like when they come around the corner, I'm just seeing, this is so funny. I'm seeing them, like they're coming around the corner and they're waving at you. Like they're like, hi. And you are just transfixed on their smile. There's something about their smile. Because I'm seeing all these pearly teeth. That's interesting because that ties into like a pearly gates scenario that we were talking about before in the underworld, this gateway. So you are absolutely stunned. You are just you stopped dead in your tracks. It stopped you dead in your tracks. And I say that because, well, one, we have the Five of Swords, which is talking about something that's taking your breath away. But not only is it taking your breath away, with the Nine of Swords, it's like you can't speak. You're speechless. And this is so cute. Okay, so it's like you can't even speak, you can't see, you can't breathe. It's like it's almost like you've died. You've died, and you're now walking through this like otherworldly plane as you're looking at them, as you're looking at this person who is represented as the pillar. So it's like you're awestruck. You're just awestruck at their beauty, at everything. And it's not just exterior, right? It's their entire energetic field is what is just absolutely attractive to you. I mean, with the pillar in the traditional tarot is the Empress. So we could be talking about another Libra, right? Or even, I'm actually suspecting that it's a Taurus, because we have the Hierophant that's coming below this card here. That's really interesting. Very cool. Wow. That's very interesting too, because the Hierophant, and I remember how I was talking about how this was looking to me as like the transgender symbol. This is a feminine energy, right? The pillar. The Hierophant is actually a masculine energy, traditionally. Masculine energy. So it's like they have a merger of the two. I call this energy, actually, it's really funny, I call this energy a Hierophantrix energy. It's like the blending of, it's basically like a feminine Hierophant, essentially. A feminine Hierophant. Hierophantrix. Very cool. So, you are blown away, absolutely blown, awestruck by their presence. And it almost feels like to you, with the Seeker of Coins, it feels like something tantalizing, like something that you want to get a closer look at this. Often I see this as kind of like it's a little bit flirtatious. There's been a lot of flirtatious and sexual energy in the readings lately. It's probably because it's Scorpio season, but who knows? But it kind of feels like it's a little tantalizing. It's like, come closer, come look closer. Look closer at what I am. Look closer into my auric field. Don't just step on the outside and look. Like, come within my field and see what I have to offer, or see what I am. And with the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, you're going in. And I see this Wheel of Fortune as, it looks like a magnifying glass. So this is absolutely, it's so breathtakingly beautiful. I love this. It's very romantic. It feels, I mean, hell, Libra is ruled by Venus, right? So it feels really romantic. And you're taking a look through this. Oh, I was going to say hourglass. You're taking a look at this hourglass. Perhaps they have an hourglass figure. And the first thing that you're looking at, the first thing that you see is this sage energy. And I love how the cards that came out, the oracle cards that came out, are the lumen the Lumen edition. So that's speaking that these are all energies that are present on the surface. It's as if they don't hide anything. They are a complete embodiment of their true self. And the first thing that you're seeing is this sage energy of theirs. So you see the mysticism. They're like a mystic. This is the high priestess energy, but it's kind of like it's not just intuitive. It's more like the high priestess talks about intuition, but this is higher. This is more than that. This is because intuition kind of talks about how it's like a hunch, whereas this sage energy is talking more about a knowing. So it's like a psychic knowing. They have psychic abilities. They're a healer. It's like they can see and know where people need healing in like a very esoteric type of way. So that's the very first quality that you see about them. Is there this psychic ability? That's what's presented at the forefront. And then it's like, as you keep, looking over, right? Looking over this tantalizing energy, it's like you're going deeper. You not only, so this is like, we were talking about the auric field, right? So the sage energy is what's on the outside. But as you're peering in through their field, the next thing that you see is this Hierophant energy. And this Hierophant energy is speaking of like their spiritual teacher, their guide. Like not only do they help people heal, they know intuitively, psychically how to heal. They now I'm wanting to say that they understand how energy moves and how to shape energies. Just making sure that that's also coming out. Yeah, because the alchemist is here as well. But they also are a teacher in a sense that they don't want to just heal someone. They want to teach that person how they can heal themselves and then heal others. They have it's kind of like a pay it forward type of energy. It's absolutely beautiful. It feels really peaceful because I'm seeing it's like when someone, because I don't think that from what I'm understanding there is not a disclosure yet of your feelings, but what I'm seeing is that when someone sits with them, they create a space of tranquility that allows people to feel free in being, in just being. They can just be. They don't have to, there's no judgment. They don't cast any judgment on people. And so it allows people to feel very comfortable within their own skin. And it's actually, by them creating this space, it's so crazy. This reading is like not about you at all, Libra. Well, it's about what you're seeing in somebody else. But by creating this space, that's what actually allows them to come in with this sage energy. So, You've now kind of gotten past the middle ground, if you will. And the next thing that you see, hang on, my leg. Oh, it's all in my stomach and in my back. It feels like I'm holding my breath. Like I have to hold my breath. I just think you're just like absolutely stunned. It's breathtaking. It's breathtaking, right? It's having to hold like my, it's all in my oh god, it's all over my midsection. Whew. Breathe, Libra. Breathe. So the next thing that you're seeing is this take risk energy. Breathe, Libra. My goodness. So with this take risk energy, what's coming forward is, this is like their inner core, their inner depths, the depth that not many actually get to see. And it's talking about, because I'm seeing with this ram that's at the precipice of this mountain. It's like an Aries energy, actually. Ooh, goodness. We actually have the anchor here, which is Aries energy. So this is talking about I'm just feeling into it, because it is a little bit, it's not on the surface. It's not as easy to see as those other two energies. It's something that is very intimate. It's kind of like you're seeing their fire, their flame, their creative source, their passion, right? Their passion as a trailblazer, and their willingness to step away from the, I guess, like the normalities of society and create a path of their own that is utterly unique to themselves. It's absolutely beautiful. It has gusto. Gusto. I don't use that word. What? Gusto. It's robust. It's vigorous. It actually feels, with it being like condensed, it feels like condensed and pressurized, so that when it's actually released, it's like when this element of them is released, it's very like a fireball. It's a firecracker. They're a firecracker. It's like you don't, it's like it's not expected. It's something that is, it lies underneath the surface, but it's allowed to come out with only those that I actually want to say like deem worthy of being seen. And so what I'm seeing next is we have the universe and the alchemist. And this is actually coming through as their auric field. And it's as though, earlier we were talking about them having the ability to shape and create energies. And it comes from, it's almost like, it's like they're just really shimmery and glittery. Like they're just, like the colors are wild. It's like, it's as if you were to look at their aura doesn't stay in a constant state. It is like shape shifting and moving fast. It's like fast, like with this Aries energy. And it just looks like shimmering, like glitter, like how glitter shimmers. And what this is talking about is that when they crossed your path, there was something that the universe, because I see this as the universe. This is like a creational, it's, you know, usually it comes through as the creation of a new world, but this is very creational. It's like the universe has added this additional element to the alchemy of their being. And it's this element that has stopped you in your tracks with the anchor. It's like they added a little extra spunk to it. A little extra magic, if you will. And that's what's added, that's what stopped you in your tracks. I'm seeing this like on, I don't know, is that like Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes? It's like when he sees, he's like bang, like he like has stopped so fast that his body is still moving even though his feet haven't moved. And that's what I'm seeing here. And then it's like you then go into this, it's like your mind is just like wiped. It's, you're like, it's like that emoji of the guy whose head is like blowing up. It's like, and so with the Ace of Wands, that's interesting. I didn't even notice this. Look. We have a pair. The anchor is the Emperor and the pillar is the Empress. Very cool. So it's like you've seen a potential counterpart and you're now trying to figure out a way to, this is the rehearsal. You're like, this is so cute. You're trying to figure out a way to give them this Ace of Wands. It's like you want to tell them what you see in them. It's interesting. I was going to go with the emotional route, but I don't think that it's quite there yet. This actually just feels like seeing somebody and trying to, right? Because we were talking about you're peering into their auric field. It's like you're trying to get into their inner circle, if you will. It's like you're trying to figure out a way how to start conversation. How do I, like, what do I say? Is this the right thing? Is this the right way to go? We could go this way. Wait, I don't even know what to say. What are they into? Like, and it's like you're trying on, we were talking about this shapeshifter energy, so it's like you're trying on different it's like different pathways to go forward. It's like Anubis is like helping you, okay, well let's like look at this pathway. Maybe this pathway will be the best way to get there. No, it's too many rocks, right? Let's go this way. Maybe that will be better. Wait, no, I'm seeking in the sand. Well, what about this? It's like it's like you're trying on all of these different ways to make an approach. And, oh, I didn't even notice that, but in the next card that's coming out is the Nine of Wands. I mean, the Nine of Wands traditionally talks about, like, kind of being at your wit's end, kind of being, like a little tired, exhausted. Because you're like thinking, lots of thinking, lots of, but it's passion fueled. It's not, well, maybe it is, maybe it is a little bit of overthinking. We do have the Nine of Swords that's coming out. Nine of Swords does talk about perhaps going into overthinking, but this is an overthinking that is, that's kind of like fueling your desire to make an approach. Don't allow it, though, to step in your way, Libra. Because let us remember that Libra also rules the pillar as well. And the Empress is a highly intuitive being too. So you know the way to go, right? Anubis is showing you the way to go to get to this, well, rebirth, right? Or with this Wheel of Fortune, we're talking about a brand new beginning. An opening. You need an open. You're searching for an open. Well, you're certainly finding it, because I see in this Nine of Swords there is a key in the center of this card that I see every time when it is like plugged into the center there, into the keyhole. These wands open up. So there's your open. It's like you're finding the opening. And with the boundaries card, it has nothing to do with boundaries, but it's actually talking about you unveiling yourself to this person. That's interesting, because with the boundaries, there are, you see these like little, these things, the back of the armadillo, they kind of look like bridges or pathways, right? It's like as you go and analyze all of these different pathways to get there, this armadillo, this boundaries, is opening up and it's condensing all of these pathways into one. It's coming in through the center. Coming in through the center. Well, that's your opening. Coming into the center. Coming into the center talks about coming into your balance, right? Anubis talks about that. Anubis also talks about how, because I'm now being drawn to your heart being as light as a feather. It's like as long as you go for it with your heart open and just the purity of your heart, that's your open. Because I suspect this one is highly intuitive. So I suspect that what you see in them, they probably see in you too. Okay? All right, Libra. Well, I'm going to let it go there. If you are interested in the extended, feel free to check it out. The link for it is in the top of the description box. So I'll see you there, okay? Toodaloo.